Because if I'm not honest with her with something like genes and what I think, then can she trust me to be honest in other circumstances when it really matters? All right, guys. So I want to share one of the, I suppose, more common things that I see in the world of, men's work when it comes to women and polarity and the masculine and feminine, all this kind of stuff. And there's this idea of her trusting you and feeling safe with you. And for nice guys, this is one of the biggest challenges because the nice guy fundamentally is in service of his insecurity, which means that he tends to bend and adapt, right? Chameleon, please and appease in order to be liked or not disliked. And so it means that he struggles to be truthful in himself and be honest in who he is in the world, and therefore present an honest representation of who he is in the world. Now, by default, that's hard to trust. And so if you're in a relationship with someone, I'm going to use the context of the majority of people that I work with, which is straight men. If you're in a relationship with a woman, when you don't have a backbone because you will bend and adapt and mold to fit in and be liked and not disliked and trying to appease and appease and appease and appease and please, there's nothing there to trust. And being able to be honest with yourself and be honest in the world is one of the simplest and fastest ways to develop trustworthiness and have others feel safe with you, especially with your partner. So I'm going to give you an example for me and also how I've seen this play out for many clients. But here's the kind of quintessential, almost cliche question that we have out there in the world. And that is like, if she asks you, does my bum look big in this? But this was an actual question, slightly different, that I got from my wife, where she was trying on some new jeans, and she said to me, so we're in the shop, she's in the store, she pulls me in and she said, what do you think of these jeans? Now, here's where we run into a little bit of the challenge, and that's this. It's currently June 2024, and the fashion is largely baggy jeans. Personally, I dislike them. I don't like the look on dudes, on women. I don't like them. I'm not getting them, and I don't like the look on women either. And so my wife calls me in there, and she's got these baggy as hell things on, and she says to me, "What do you think of them? How do they look?" And I said to her, in this moment, in my head, I don't like them. I don't like them. And I'm presented with the opportunity here to appease her and say, you know what, they look great, or to be honest with her. And we're going to break this down in a second. But for me, I'm not here to lie or tell mistruths. Now, I'm not going to say you look shit. How I word honesty matters. How we word honesty matters, right? Respect, kindness, and compassion matter when it comes to that. But I said to her, first of all, how would you like me to answer that? And she's like, so that's a simple enough kind of disarming term phrase that you can use. But she already knows that I'm setting her up for me to be honest. It doesn't really matter what she says because there's a level of trust here, which I'll get into in a second. She says to me, I mean, just tell me what you think. And I said, well, look, you know that I don't like this fashion and this look of jean. So I don't think they look great because that's what I think about the fashion. You look great. I don't like the jeans. And so hopefully you can start to understand in this that it's not necessarily about the jeans, although this is the context of what we're talking about. The most important piece here is that she gets honesty from me. It is a commitment of myself with myself to be honest and with my wife. Because if I'm not honest with her with something like jeans and what I think, then can she trust me to be honest in other circumstances when it really matters? Or perhaps when she does wear something and I say, and she might be self-conscious or doubting herself, and I think she looks smoking, I think she looks great. And I say to her, you look phenomenal. Or we take a photo and she's very hard on herself and says, I don't like that photo. And I say, I think you look gorgeous. If I am honest with her when I don't think it looks amazing, she knows and can learn to trust and feel safe that I will be honest with her all the time. This is a huge piece for safety, for integrity, confidence, and trust in relationships. And so I see this for guys and nice guys all the time, struggling to stand up and have a backbone and be honest. Whilst it might piss her off, she is going to respect you for it because she knows he will be honest with me. If he can stand up to me, he'll stand up for me. If he can be honest with me, he can be honest with me. Gentlemen, Learn to be honest, but how you deliver it matters. Kindness, compassion, and respect with the other person, for the other person, and also for yourself. Would it be kind to myself? Would it be respectful to myself to lie and step out of integrity? Now, again, how I deliver it matters. I am not responsible for how she feels after I deliver that. What I am responsible for is what I say and how I say it. And that matters so much. Gentlemen, your integrity is something that you get to work on, foster, and embody all the time. Let me know if this lands for you. Let me know where you struggle with this and the examples that this plays out in your life, and we can explore it.